But Mason Lowe with us, he joins us live. So Mason, welcome to the big broadcast. How are you, my friend?
I'm good. I'm having a nice little Sunday morning.
So Mason, tell us a little bit about your background and how you got into music and all these things.
Sure. I live out in Seattle, Washington. I've been out here pretty much my whole life, and I've been playing in rock and roll bands since I was 16, 17 years old. I've always just loved music. Nothing really does for me what music does. And it's feelings like that, things that just make the world seem a little brighter is what keeps me involved in music for so long. And so I've been, for the last several years, I've been playing in a band here in Seattle called Bread and Butter. I've mostly known as a drummer around here, but I have a studio, and I've always been recording myself and other groups. And I really love recording. I love the process of taking an idea and turning it into something that you can share with other people. So
That is awesome.
Yeah, and then when the pandemic hit, of course, we had to stop our bread and butter practices and shows, and I had this whole studio here, and for whatever reason, I really don't fully understand it, all these songs just started pouring out of my head, and I would spend my weekends holed up in my basement down here, and I would just record for hours and hours. And I had a very tough job. It's a very difficult job at the time. And something about coming down here and being in the basement, working on the one thing that has always made me feel good, which is music, was what made this whole record happen.
We have got a great guest with us today. Mason Lowe joins us live here on our big broadcast. He, of course, is from Seattle. He's got a debut LP. He's got a fantastic video. It is called Plastered. So tell us a little bit about Plastered. This is your brand new single that we'll play here in a few moments.
Yeah, it's the first single from the record. It's I think it's got a pretty good Seattle vibe to it. You know, I was here for grunge, and I just loved the heavy sounds of grunge, and a lot of the sounds in Plaster are inspired by those heavy sounds from the 90s in Seattle. But I'm also kind of a goofball, and it's a pretty fun song. I like to think of the riff as just almost cartoonishly heavy. And in fact, this was going to be the last song written for the record, but it seemed so silly that I just sort of kept going. I didn't want to end it there. But the folks at my label, at Kill Room Records, and a lot of other people that heard this song, it really connected with them, and they really enjoyed it. So we made it the first single.
That's awesome. Well, we are going to do this. I'm going to place you on a brief hold here on the Skype, and we are going to play this track, and it is Plastered. And there is a music video for it, so we are going to do this. I'm going to see if I can pop this up here so the folks that are watching us on the TV can see what we are up to. See that there he is in his banana suit. I told you he was in a banana suit. I had to put the banana suit over. I do love the banana suit. We're not going to have anything to do with easy bake recipes. I'm not going to go find those things. I'm not involved in any of that. But here it is.
I kept my private side to the side. Then this logo flying out of the sky. Got me feeling things I can't hide. Doesn't matter. Wrap it tattered. 'Cause I can walk in court. I'm blasted with this end. Damage equal from my hips and the misses. Equal damage, it just don't seem real.
I think we had YouTube snuck an ad in there. Well, I'm glad somebody got paid. It wasn't us. It wasn't my guest, and it wasn't me. So, props to YouTube for sneaking that ad in at the end. We have got Mason Lowe back with us here on our big program. He is fantastic. He joins us live here on our big broadcast, and you can get more information on Bandcamp. He is available at masonlowe.bandcamp.com. And he has been doing all sorts of different things. He is on the Twitter machine, of course, Instagram, the TikTok, and YouTube. And so this music video, tell me a little bit more about the music video. We just watched it. It is a... Are those instruments that you guys played, those guitars and everything, those aren't working instruments? I would hope they are.
No, they're not.
Damn it.
No, the video was directed... why am I blanking on his name? It'll come to me. Anyway, the gentleman that directed the video, we were walking around my house and in my studio, sort of looking for inspiration to what we would have the video be about. We sort of had nothing. And there is the one thing that looks like a guitar, but also looks like a boombox, sitting in my basement, which was a prop from a video I did with another band a few years ago. And the the label that we were on hated that video so much that they rejected it. And I had created this prop guitar, goofy guitar, and I always thought it looked cool, so I left it around. And so as the director and I are walking through my basement, he sees this old prop and he's like, "What is that?" Which is always my favorite reaction to just about anything. You know, someone's like, "What is going on here?" Then you know you're onto something. Anyway, so we sort of used that guitar-looking thing, which is, for those at home, it's a boombox with like 2x4s very haphazardly nailed together around it, and it's slung over your shoulders like a guitar. And we used the aesthetic of that as sort of the guiding force for the whole video. And so we've got a kick drum made out of a bunch of firewood taped around a 15-inch woofer. We made another guitar using an actual axe and some CDs, and my girlfriend and I went to a construction reclamation, recycled building materials place.
Yes.
Just bought a bunch of wood of weird colors and hardware and some old circuit boards, and just put it all together. There was not a lot of plot or thought outside of...
There wasn't a lot of plot or thought outside of it.
We just wanted it to look a certain way, and we totally did. We made it happen.
That is incredible. That is incredible. Well, we have a great guest with us today. Mason Lowe joins us. He's live as live can get here on our big program. Our next guest coming up here in just a few moments. Mason, before we let you go, how do people support your music and get involved with what you're doing online, my friend?
The best thing you can do right now is go to masonlowe.bandcamp.com. You can pre-order the album, which comes out on June 23rd. You can listen to the single, Plastered. You can go on YouTube and find me. I don't know what my handle is on YouTube, but you can go to my website, masonlowe, masonlowe.net, and everything is linked there.
Fantastic. Well, you are amazing. Thank you for making some time for us today. Thanks for coming on and chatting with us, and I look forward to chatting with you soon. Thank you, sir.
Absolutely. Yeah, happy to be here, and I hope to talk again.
Definitely. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it.
All right,
there he goes. The fantastic Mason Lowe with us today. He joins us live.